it's Toya, Combine Roar, or Toya to you, depending which time zone you are in. Hello everyone, good evening, morning, afternoon, happy time zone. I just said that. Anyways, we're back at it again with more of the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yes. We're trying to figure out what exactly is Shamspeare's deal, because we know for a fact that Soseki is not the one who, attempted to kill or, attempted to poison Shamspeare. They got into a little bit of a tussle, right? Soseki, Juliet, Shamspeare as Romeo. Who was the stronger? They were just straight up wrestling, as it were. And hello, Eri, how are you doing? Let me give you a little shouty shout out. Let me do it a different way. I'll do it the command way, and I'll do it the other command way. I completely did that incorrectly. There we go. Yeah, but in any case, let's just get into it. We are doing the investigation portion, which I find interesting because, like, the past few cases, in the Great Ace Attorney, it was basically investigation. Like, it was either like 2-person investigations back to back, and then like 2 to 3 like trials in succession, as opposed to like investigation trial. So it's like going back to the normal Ace Attorney roots, as it were. Which is kind of weird because the Great Ace Attorney takes place in the past, but the modern games take place, well, modern, but then the modern games are like in the past, are released in the past, but the Great Ace Attorney is released in the future. Anyways, let's get started. Wow, so that whole trial took place, was just like a morning affair? Okay, let's do it. 22nd February, 1:11 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultants. It looks really empty. Oh, that's right, because like, this is still like basically like their first week in London, at least like with the second Soseki case. So it's not, so they haven't been there, like when we say it like 2 months after here, we see like it all being decked out of like the desk, the Dharma, the fish tank, all that stuff. But anyways, let's carry on. Whew. We made it back in one piece. Just, to be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while. Oh, I know. What a lot of close shaves. There were so many carriages on the streets of London. You were very nearly flattened several times. I think I was referring to the trials, Susato, but okay. Oh, no. I didn't mean that. Yes, I know. Susato! It was a marvelous defense, Naruhodo-san. It really was. I was in awe of you. Oh, thank you. We were having a lot of conspiracy theories, as it were. You know, like a ton of conspiracy theories. So, you know, at least it worked out. I got a bit carried away there when I was like, oh, it's actually the wax, and it was actually wax and soap. But I'm like, you know, it makes more sense for it just to be ice, because it would just melt away by itself, leaving nary a trace except for, you know, the damaged portion at the gas meter. But anyways. And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation. And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time. Let's see if we can't find some new clues for court tomorrow. Let's do it. Yes, let's do that. Dots. Is everything all right? I suppose. I still can't quite believe it, that's all. That Soseki just got into like another case immediately after another one. Like, to be fair, it's kind of like another trial in classic Ace Attorney. Like, it was the third game. I'm not gonna spoil it too much for those that haven't played, but it was the third game of the original trilogy, and we acquitted the guy for theft, right? But then he got charged with murder, and we're sort of like, oh shit, I guess we're gonna have to go back to court again, because he got arrested for murder. He's getting charged with murder, so we gotta go help him. It's just one thing after another, Soseki, exactly. He really is the unluckiest guy in London. Then I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean, in the Old Bailey, no less. Dots. The truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing my shoes. Kazuma, no, our homie. It should be Kazuma. He's the actual law student. It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him. Yes. I mean, I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. I've no doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same if you were here with us. I'll let the smile. Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you. Okay, let's converse and then we can head back to the scene of the crime? Question mark? Yeah. Today's trial. It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand. I know. Not only that, but then finding out that he's actually a barefaced gas thief as well. Yes. That was certainly a surprise to us all, and that the gas meter, the wife of the president of the gas meter was just a literal queen bee. Like, she was a bee! She was a bee! You know, like, damn. And then, like, the worker was literally a worker bee. His little sling bag was all bee themed as well. His little scarf was like little wings and stuff. Like, just, For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Soseki-san poisoning the tea. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Careful with your phrasing, Susato-san. He didn't poison anything. Yeah, exactly. And there's more to this Mr. Shamspeare than we yet know. I'm sure of it. It's like, so what so like, Von Six was really like, so, what exactly does this have to do with the trial? You know, and we were like, sir, there was some red ice in the soap. It was tea. For whatever reason, Soseki bought English tea, I guess. Mr. Shamspeare certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first. What's become of him, actually? I was told that he'd be returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment. Oh, which one is that? Oh, wait, was he the one that's not meant to be walking? Or was it... No, wait, no, that's wrong. That's wrong, but it should be like the same area, right? It seems there's only that one ward. Let me see. Ah, yes. He's at St. Bartholomew's, or Bart's, as Londoners call it, which is the same one where Olive Green was at, right? We know that place, don't we? Yes. We visited Miss Green there yesterday. It's the same hospital to which she was taken, yeah. Ah, yes. After Soseki-san stabbed her in the back. Do be careful with your phrasing, Naruhodo-san. He didn't stab anyone. I mean, at this point, stabbing, poisoning again, like getting involved with certain things like that, like, come on. Perhaps we both owe Soseki-san an apology. St. Bartholomew's, yes. We should probably visit the hospital later. To at least talk to the guy, right? So, we know that Soseki-san took tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he isn't the culprit, then obviously there should be another person there, right? Yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea, right? So like, but then even if this guy, you know, Meter Man, did see someone, the fact is that he didn't push aside the bricks. He saw through a little crack in the brick, and so you know, he didn't necessarily, he saw like a silhouette, right? But again, consider this. Soseki was dressed up as Juliet, right? He was in a dress, right? So it could possibly be anyone who is at Soseki's height that was in a dress, right? Because it's a little bit unreliable. It's like he's just assuming, he's making the assumption that it is Soseki just based on the information. Like, yeah, it was you know, it's that tiny man in a dress. But what if it's not like the same person? Like it could be anyone that's as short as Soseki, or as tall as Soseki. We gotta represent the short kings, right? As tall as Soseki, that's in a dress, right? Maybe. Anyways, but if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamspeare's body? So like they did say that it's a strychnine, right? Or at least they suspect that it's strychnine. I'm sure we'll find a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shamspeare's room that will help solve the mystery. Well, naturally, Scully and our detectives have been over the place already. But it couldn't hurt for us to have another look around, I think. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we were kicked out like pretty quickly, right? So we should do another comb around. Definitely. And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap. Well, if we run into Inspector Gregson, we could ask him about that. Kazuma's wishes. Kazuma Sogi. The best friend I ever had. And a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. Man, look at him. The Seishun winds are coming back. I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. As a stowaway! Yes. You can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know. It's like Ryunosuke, you're pretty small, aren't you? You can fit in here. Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these slums so that I can accompany you to Great Britain? Well, I'm taking a break from work. Marsh, hello! Hello, boop to you too. Let me give you a little shouty shout out. We're back doing more Ace Attorney, and look at it. It's so look at all this. Look at all the brain go purr. My brain is also going purr. Like look at all the overlays and everything, and just like this thing. It's so good. I'm so happy. Like anyways. Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial. That you really ought to go into war. Be a defense lawyer. Be a defense lawyer. Like, step away from your English major. Ryunosuke, you need to study law now. I made you defend yourself in court for some goddamn reason. And look at that. That natural talent of finding, contradictions. Happy your acid, that's good. Yee, reject English. Embrace law. You've learned enough English. You can speak fluently in it. You just need law. The law is in your hands, Ryunosuke. Reject English. Embrace law. The scales of justice is blind, and she accepts all comers. And we're like, bro, what? Literally. You've got a natural talent for it. Believe me, I guarantee it. But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer. Yeah, I just wanted to study English somehow. The lack of a wind source caused on being his own dramatic wind source is still yeah, right? It's like it's just happening somehow. Well, I can't force you, obviously. You have to decide for yourself. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world. The city at the forefront of everything. He's just built different. Or he's just or he's just really he had a lot of eggs or something. Potentially, who knows? Like he's really spirited, you know? It can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes. No, that's true. I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day... Dots. One day what? Oh no. Never mind. Kazuma, what do you mean never mind? Don't just say that. Naruhodo-san. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about Kazuma. Yes. He's forever in my thoughts, too. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course. Yes, that's right. But... Yes? I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know. Thought just takes hold of me every now and then. That's all. Kazuma's true intentions... Oh, let's see. Naruhodo-san. What do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions? Dots. Oh, Kurama! Or Karma. I forgot what it's called. Weeping! Thank you so much for the water ASMR. Everyone, let's grab our little water jugs and do a little glug glug. And thank you so much for the stretch, Weeping. Oh my god. Ooh. Ooh, okay. How are you, Weeping? Happy Saturday. How are you? Anyways, I mean this. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. My voice feels a little bit warmed up right now, but also, I don't know. I had a really good workout earlier. It was super crowded. The gym was super crowded, but like everyone, like literally, okay. So I went in there. I was doing like arms and shoulders, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me do some like chin ups. Let me do some like, you know, dips. Let me do some shoulders. And then I stared at like the bench area, and I'm just like, bro, like all the benches are taken up. I can't do arms. I was like, okay, let me do triceps. Then I go back. I'm like, I need to do biceps. And then I'm just like, okay, I'll just do hammer curls. They're decent enough. And I did that. Then I left. I'm like, damn. Okay. Trying to escape work. Oh no. I won't let... Don't worry, Weeping. I won't let work know that you're here. Shh. They're here, officer. There they are. Weeping, what? Oh, hi. Yeah. No, don't worry about that. Work doesn't know that you're here. That's gains in discipline, yeah. I got workout this morning. Nice! His katana. I've been following through. Yay! So I'm super proud of you. Super proud of you, Mama Marsh. I never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course. No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it. When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage. Yes. Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. Oh? Oh, damn. Karma. Like karma? Karma. I know there's proper like kanji for it, you know? But also, what? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. Ooh, it needs reverse shaving it. A Japanese man's sword is a soul, Rinosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. I'll take your sword from you, buddy. Karma guides me, I truly believe that. Finesse, exactly. Seriously though, where is the wind coming from? So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that it would need much more compelling. On that subject. I was gonna ask the same. Yeah, exactly. We don't know. We're just calling it a Seishun wind, or like, you know, he's having he's, you know, there's some, maybe he's not the wind is paid actor, or you know, it's just a passing wind. Hehe. Anyways, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. Something you have to do. Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is. I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That sounds extremely ominous, Kazuma. What did he mean by something very important that I have to do? Like, is it not just learn law in Great Britain? I had hoped that the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet, I've not found a single clue. I see. For a second, I thought who was flirting with that phrase. I mean, don't discount that. Don't discount that theory too soon, Weeping. Don't discount that. You know, you never know. He could be like, you know. They were roommates for a while, you know, when they were roommates. I see. Okay, rizzing. Kadama, more like charisma. Oh my god, charisma. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna. This is a shovel. Perhaps we should put this spade away somewhere. It's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose materials. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. Dots. Oh my god. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? You're so right, Naruhodo-san. We mustn't quarrel over such trifles, and we will keep quarreling over it. On reflection then, I think I'll leave the spade where it is. Yes, I think that's for the best. We may need a shovel when we're working in the garden. Oh. I heard that there's another room behind that door. Yes, it's my bedroom now, Naruhodo-san. As well as you well know. She'll help you unpack your things. That's very kind, but no thank you. Your luggage looked very heavy. Are you sure I can't help you move it? That's very kind, but really, no thank you. Exactly. Loco, hello! Welcome, welcome. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Again with this. The only secret I have is the 5 yen banknote hidden on the backside of my Daruma doll. Okay. Let's move. Have you finished the tea case? No, we're actually investigating the second day. Yeah. You know, let's go visit Shomes and see if he has anything to say about this. Ooh, here is. 22nd February. Shomes' suite. There we go. Oh, Runo! And Susie! Hooray, you're back! Yeah, we managed to get another day. Are we in the middle? We are in the middle, local. Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see. I am. And you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie. Oh, you flatter me. Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I've just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups. Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? It's coming from Shomes' side, isn't it? Haha! No wonder it's returned at last. Where on earth have the pair of you been? In court, sir? We've been in court? Oh! Well, Mr. Mustache's case. That was today, was it? I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes. I mean, it's not something that's pertinent to him, so... I'm sure you think you did. Oh, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go? Well, we uncovered a lot of things. We still have yet to prove that he was not guilty, but, you know, we've gained another day. Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too... Oh, wait! You two know each other! Oh! Is Lord Von Zieks an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. That's not a person who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruto. We proved that there was really no evidence to count him guilty. Pretty much, but it's not enough. Like, we need, like, unrefutable, like, evidence that he's not guilty. Not quite what I asked, but still. Mr. Sholmes. For better or worse, everyone knows Sholmes. Whatever is that odor? Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Ah, indeed. That's the sense of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science. In science? Oh dear. Alright, I'll bite. What's he up to now? Okay, good sir. What is... Oh, let's talk about Von Zieks, why not? Lord Baroque Von Zieks. Yes. It's an interesting... Sobriquet? What? Sobriquet? 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 Sobriquet. Yes, it's an interesting sobriquet. Yes, it's an interesting sobriquet, yes, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. It just means like descriptive nickname, but man, okay. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. You say it a bit funny. My accent is funny, I'm sorry, Marsh. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later, the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. But vanish how exactly? Well, you know, in whatever way, manner, shape, order, you know, Ryunosuke. By falling on the passing carriage, or drowning in the Thames. Or succumbing to a sudden fever, or quite out of the blue, being set upon by a highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow. It all seems a little far-fetched, really. Yeah, but it seems to happen every single time. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit. For the time being, at least. That's not overly reassuring. I mean, we proved him not guilty once, so... Well, Sholmes is famous detective, that guy's famous prosecutor. They in close enough field to be at least acquaintances. I mean, I guess, but it's just like famous and famous, right? Sholmes isn't exactly of like high society, necessarily. If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted were, well, by Lord Von Zieks' own hand. Oh, this is something that we were talking about. It's like, it's too much of a coincidence, right? Like, people would think that he's the one, like, killing them, right? As it happens, Mr. Sato, it is quite impossible. Oh, why? Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast-iron alibi. Shom seems to be the kind of person to be interested in why people who prove to be guilty, not guilty after... Yeah, true. Really? And so his reign continued. But 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until he arrived in the country. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, so I've heard. Because we're a Japanese student practicing law, even though we're not a law student. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. That bitter fight to the death coincided the Reaper's resurrection, and really did end bitterly indeed. And here you are, facing me, Mr. Reaper again. The Nippani, exactly. Poor Runo. I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky, or incredibly unlikable. Maybe both? I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people. Gasp. It's just straight up Japanese. Alright. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese as well as Mr. Sato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Von Ziek seems to have an inherent disdain for the Japanese. Indeed. It is an interesting observation. Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Shrooms? Why can't we have more than one person at the screen at a time? It's for dramatic effect. We can. It's just for dramatic effect. And because it is meant to be like a visual novel base. Dots. It was about 10 years ago that Baruch von Zieks chose to enter the legal profession. However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan. His bestie was Japanese? Oh my god. Oh my god, it was truly his learned Nipponese bestie. Oh my god. No! What the? Tell us more, Mr. Shrooms. What happened? Dots. I believe I made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair. Oh, but... Dots. Man, like when Sholmes gets serious like this, it always hits different. The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I've no doubt. For now, however, it is Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. Okay then, that's not ominous at all, no. So, what is that indescribably foul scent? Ah, well, most probably this, I would say. Oh, is that your blood tester? What is that? My dear fellow, it is, of course, my latest invention. A chemical tester can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea. That is very specific, okay. Oh my. There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls. There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. Or do, yeah, like that. We would love to have that. They regularly sell what purports to be high quality tea, but is in fact merely dyed teas of drab flavor. Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. But for me, he's too wacky most of the time. I can't take him seriously even when he acts it for a change. I mean, have you considered that the wackiness is the act, and the seriousness is actually how he is? I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure he's just screwing with us the whole time. So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris! At the ready! Oh god. At the ready, Hurley. Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? Does it change color? Oh, it changes to black. God. It turned completely black. Well, that's fair. You're entitled to how you feel. What a foul odor it's giving off. Indeed. The blacker the tea becomes, the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. It would appear that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling. Darjeeling isn't... Wait, but Darjeeling isn't a red tea though, right? Like, it's not that red, I don't think. Like, it's... Like, it's a bit more ember than anything. That's very ingenious. But what do you do with the black liquid now? Why, dispose of it naturally. Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you? There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes. It is a type of black tea, right? Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam. Right. The point is, we are entering a new era of science. In the world of criminal investigation, also. Yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times. I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. The Holwick Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based. This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. Oh, new dialogue? Lovely. So, your tea test. Is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. I wonder if we will have to use this. We definitely will have to use this, local. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality. Not a huge number of cases then. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints. Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels here. There. I haven't even heard of them until recently. Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course. Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes? Shafka's gun or rather Sholmes' weird concoction. Oh my god. For real. There are others in that field already. And I abhor the company of inferior minds. Now, what I am researching is skin prints. Skin prints? What? Skin prints. A nomenclature of my own design, as is this chemical reagent that makes it possible. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation. Huh. Okay, so it's basically fingerprints, but it changes color based on specific people? So it's not just dusting for it, you're just literally dyeing it. Okay, interesting. Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes. As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Can I get a sample? Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. That's a spirit, Runo. See you later. Yes. Until later. No, Mr. Shrooms, we were thinking you'd come with us. You were? Yes, of course. You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action. Ah, yes. I do recall saying something along those lines. But you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later. In all likelihood. Probably. Maybe. Well, I might. Your commitments astounds me. Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival. Bye-bye, Runo. Bye, Susie. Okay. Well, let's make a move. You know what, let's go see... Let's go to the hospital. Let's have a chat with Shamspeare. Iran is here again. 22nd February. St. Bartholomew's Hospital. Recovery ward. What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance. Yes. I hear angry voices. Oh my god, what the heck? So, Olive is angry at Shamspeare. Okay. Be not angry. Oh, ample lady. Verily, thou art mistaken. Hell, dude. Mistaken my foot. You were looking. You're looking at my painting. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed the poison that moustache villain gave me. Forgive me, lady. I wish that you died from that poison. Okay, Olive, alright. Why do you hate him so much? God of mercy, ample lady. But thou seest, I have vigor still. Behold my Shamspeare dance. Oh, okay, alright. Interesting. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it? Ah, lo, 'tis the lawyer from the land whence riseth the sun. How now? What are you doing here, Mr. Shamspeare? Mary, I do believe I'm returned unto another ward. He was looking. That's what he was doing. Looking at my terrible work. Dots. Eastern fellow. So darkly you clad. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, damn. But, okay, he just bent that. I'm guessing it's not made of actual metal. That doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Or it's just cheap, yeah. Anon. Excellent? Eh? And now exit? Mr. Shamspeare might technically be the victim in this case. There's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person. Miss Green, is everything alright? Oh, yes. I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see. We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Your design kind of cute, right? Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. She's so short, look at her. A short person in a dress. Huh. I'll keep that in mind. So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green? I am. Thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me. Well, yes. It really was an ordeal, wasn't it? As far as I was concerned, I was walking along in the snow one evening, minding my own business. And then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already. What a terrible week it's been for you. Oh no. I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I look back on this fondly. Really? Anyway, I must be getting my things together now, so I'm ready to be discharged. She's very anxious. She keeps holding on to her key, which is kind of like a little anxious response, right? But like, is it really because like she's just socially awkward or socially anxious, or is there something else more to this? You know? Oh my god, I just realized her hair? Like, her hair is meant to be a brush too, like her fringe, like, right? Like her bangs is like the brush, and this is like the back of it, right? It's kind of cute. What the heck? Oh yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're obviously busy. The rat's still here. Can we take a look at your painting? No? I guess not. Alright, time to go to Shamspeare's room. Ba-ba-da-da. Okay, again, this little piece of wood... Sorry. Wow, y'all can't see it. So, again, my mouse is kind of off. I'm pointing at... Okay, you see like where this piece of envelope is, right? You see like right below it, there's that piece of wood that's kind of like... a little discolored. There's definitely something in there. I want to take a look at it. Anyways, 22nd February, Mr. Natsume's lodgings, ground floor. Hey, Gregson. Oh, hello again, Inspector Gregson. What are you doing? Yeah. Can you lose case in this game? You can. You just have to retry it again. Like, if you lose the case, it's game over, pretty much. Like, there are rare cases where I want his potatoes. I do too. Like, I really want fish. I really want a good fish and chip now. You know? It's like, in past games, there's at least been like one case where you need to get a guilty verdict. But it's also like, but it's like a very specific case. And I'm not gonna spoil it. Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually. The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware. Yeah, I know the school. Oh, yes, one other thing. The soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With the tea in it. Is infinite potato. Exactly. I want infinite potatoes and infinite fish and chips. Just infinite, all of it. Yeah, we found it all right. And it was a small amount of tea in it, as he said. I knew it. It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. The result should be available later today. That's wonderful news. Thank you. Dots. Pretty impressive performance in court this morning. Sorry? Nothing. Forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here. Oh, he's actually like showing us some respect. Gregson. And this is before we threaten to expose government secrets in a court of law. Okay. Let's examine. Can I probably examine this thing? No? Hello, good sir. Huh. I'm gonna not look at Chomes right now. Let me talk to Gregson. My god, he just popped up. Anyways, let me talk to Gregson. Chomes, like the code here is definitely of importance. He's actually an okay guy. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, Gregson seems like he's got layers, right? Are you looking for new clues, Inspector? Fancy seeing you here, Mr. Sholmes, exactly. Lord Van Ziek's orders. Yeah. Don't come back until you got something for me, he says. Oh dear, poor you. Yep, poor me. Because we've already searched every bleeding nook and cranny in this place. I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips, is all I can say. Do you just have like your chip supplier here? On my grounds, Sholmes is here. Private investigator. Or like consulting detective. Basically, like, Iris is the one that writes the stories, and Iris has painted Gregson in a very, very good light for novels. So like Gregson really respects Iris because she pays him like his due. Like she literally pays him like money so that he's able to be in the books and stuff. So like, you know, Sholmes being here lets him gain more notoriety in a way. Well, at least he's honest. Okay, let's talk to Mr. Sholmes. Hello, good sir. Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there? What a question indeed. Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene? Oi! What are you doing here, Sholmes? Oh, I guess not. What are you doing? What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems. It's now to time, Mr. Sholmes. Are you about to show us your forensics talents in action as you promised? Oh, he is. With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam. Let's go. Let's see. Oh? What's all this? Oh. All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh god. Oh, he's got a gun. No, Sholmes. Oh, hey, that's a straight up revolver. Look at that. That's a custom revolver. Holy shit. That's kind of cool. I kind of want that. Anyways, Sherlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun. These are robes in which our mustached man fought as Juliet. No, that's a king's robe right there. But we shall see. Like, I'm actually curious to see like where the other costumes are. Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. A sample from Mr. Shamspeare's cup. Oh, okay. And we know that it's his cup because like it was in his hands. Every individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. Okay, so in a way, this is better than fingerprints, right? Because fingerprints are only limited to like what our own finger touches. This is more like oil prints, right? So it's like whatever our skin touches and like whatever our natural oil touches. So like it's specific to those people, I'm guessing. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this. A refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on. Oh? We're getting all steampunk, yo! There. Now spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed. Spray. How do I do that exactly? You squeeze the trigger, Naruhodo. A little press of the space bar. The area you're interested in is all that's required. Like this. I see. Oh, what is that stuff? It's like fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator and a pressurized gas. It's the most efficient way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally while I was developing this idea. Oh, hey, look at that. The hat, the crown, its collar. Interesting. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Let's go. Oh, look at that. Wait, he touched this too? There's a lot of interesting movements, I must say. They fought to the window and they fought up to here too? Oh, I was right. Look, now we have a reason to open up this this area. Oh, look at all this here. Ah, yes. Interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints. Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot? Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here. No, he was hiding something here. There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over though, is there? I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over. I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes. Well, as far as I remember, they had a grapple fight, so prints all over the place since are expected. Yeah, but specifically here, there's more than one of the same print, you know? Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes. There's no obvious explanation. Do I just keep spraying? They see me spraying. You would think we would open. I guess he just wants us to spray like literal every single nook and cranny. So. Oh my god, come on. Oh! He was hiding something here probably. Look, there are dozens of handprints here. So they are. A great many indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact. And I'm gonna guess that like the lighter prints are like older oil secretions, and the brighter ones are like more recent. Brr. It sends a chill down my spine. Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture? Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene, after all. And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel. Oh, very true, Mrs. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery then. Surprisingly little handprints on the plates, table, and dishes, right? There we go. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we? We did. But there are two places in particular that are of interest, I would say. The floorboard, the handprints on the floor there, and on the wall by the picture, you mean? Yes. And I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment. Open it up, Susato. Dots. Ah! What is it, Mrs. Sato? Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped out. One of the... You mean... It's a secret hiding place. Excellent work, Mrs. Sato. So, what do we have in here? Oi! What are you lot doing? Inspector Gregson! Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate that. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips, whilst we dig around under the floor there. Yeah. Your fancy talk's putting me off my food anyway, Sholmes. Sholmes likes his JoJo poses. Not gonna lie, it makes him iconic. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need. Okay then, wow. A secret hiding place under the floor. What a find. It's not a hiding place you can make use of in Japan. I don't think I can live a straw to tummy, Matt. No, I know. But I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. It got me wondering about the wall over there too. Aren't you curious? Oh! I'll investigate it once. Let's go, Susato! Dots. There's nothing behind a picture, sadly. Only a wall. Oh, disappointing. But then, how do you explain the handprints? I really can't think why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in a place like that. Maybe it's not the wall, or like something, like he's hiding something. It maybe could be the painting itself, right? Because I would think that Mr. Garadab wouldn't really decorate the place aside from the bare essentials, right? So the painting might not be like indigenous to the room itself. It might be like from Shamspeare, but Shamspeare is exceedingly poor. Or the lamp above it, maybe. But then like we would have seen print on the lamp itself as opposed to like on the wall here, you know? Click. Oh, a camera? There you are. A print for you. The photograph of the handprint on the wall has been entered into the court record. Thank you. Traces of handprints on the wall discovered using the skin print seeker gun. There are multiple prints on either side of the hanging photo. Oh, thank you very much. This invention can make prints too. Let's take a look. Okay, there are like little prints on here, but like why specifically all around the wall? And like specifically prints like on here too. Right? Like on the canvas itself. Now then. I wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know. So am I. So, Gregson. Sir, anything? Okay, before we continue, I'm gonna take a very quick break. I'm just gonna head to the bathroom. So, please enjoy the Ace Attorney music. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. Let's talk to Gregson. Hello, good sir. What have you found? I'd love to know if there's anything hidden. I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath that floorboard there. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Inspector Gregson. Really? It's been too long. What is it, Sholmes? I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends. We're not good friends. No, I suppose not. A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. I'd kill to know what was under that floorboard. Dots. It's like, we're friends. No, we're not. You're right. Okay, dots. What's up, Gregsy? Oh. Alright then. That's fair. What? You did discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in. Thanks, Gregsy. Oh my god. Okay, dismal failure was funny. Dismal fail. A dismal failure. See, you're warming up to Sholmes. Really, Inspector. Thank you. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather. Boy, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know? About everything. What about the new... Okay, tell me about the newspaper clipping. Looks like this was cut out of the newspaper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving up time in Manchester. Well, terrible. Yes, thanks, Detective. The defense should be filled in on the evidence. Yeah. Made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see. But nature got him first. Oh my goodness. He committed a capital offense. Man by the name of Selden. Nasty piece of work. Into burglaries and murder. Selden. Okay. They say the hoard he knocked off was worth about £1,000. 1,000? Wow. A hoard? Of treasure, you mean? Jewelry and the like. But he'd hidden it somewhere. And no one knows where. And now he's dead. Was Shamspeare potentially looking for the treasure? Mayhaps. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell. Or some such as was the headline. Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor? Like hidden? Ensconced? Ensconced. Like, okay, settled. Ensconced? Ensconced, not ensconced, ensconced. Okay. Dots. I suppose now you mentioned it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got in Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up. The capital offender article has been entered into the court record. Lovely. Tell us about the photographic print. That's Garadab, isn't it? Look at him, he looks so happy. Okay. Condemned criminal dies of natural causes in prison. Manchester Strangeways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. But look at that, that's Garadab and that looks like the artist. Like, that looks like the, not artist, no. That looks like the person, in the photograph in Olive's room, right? Anyways. So, this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me. It's a painter. Yes. Yes. It would appear to have been taken on the street in front of the house here. And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadab. The landlord, of course. Okay, so we're gonna have to go to Garadab and present this photo to him, right? But who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadab's son, perhaps? I don't think so. Perhaps. You can take that print if you like. Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the god already knows the identity of the young fellow, that is. Oh, is that true? Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes. My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for what? Actually, fair point, Sholmes. Fair point. Dots. All the more reason I'm not telling you. A decimal failure! A decimal failure! Yes, I heard. The hidden photograph has been entered into the court record. I love that. I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. Right? I mean, Mr. Shamspeare himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. He looks so cheerful while saying a dismal failure. I'm sure he's figured out something, he's just not telling us. I imagine Mr. Garadab was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. Okay, tin box was in it. Now this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it? Might I suggest, Inspector, that you opened it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised. Yeah, funnily enough, I already had a look. Oh, Weeping, thank you so much for the water ASMR, everyone. Let's grab our little water jugs and do a little glug glug. And thank you so much for the stretch. Hang on, let me just stretch properly. Let me do a good old, oh god. I was doing a good old shoulder stretch and I cracked my shoulder. That's a nice shoulder crack. Damn. Anyways, it's completely empty. What? Shamspeare! Give us a clue, man! You didn't have a chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box. Can we still take a look inside it? Yes. Thin air. It's empty. Rather like how I feel inside. Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. But I want to take a look. I want to take a look. Wagga hi? Wagga hi? It is him! And I love that like Soseki's Steam plays. Oh look! It's that lovely little kitty cat. What was his name? Wagga hi. It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him actually. He's so tiny. Look, it's a little kitty. Why don't we call it Wagga hi? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. Wait, so Rinosuke? Wait, no, but we... Wait, so Ryunosuke was the one that names him? Like, Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. So canonically, like, Natsume does speak to us in Japanese. Oh my god, Wagahai Neko Daru. I wonder how it got in here. Clever cat. Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, here's something delicious I brought for you from the cat's meat man. Look, he's so small. Oh. Look at that. I'm not. Oh my god, Wagahai. Oh, he's asleep. He couldn't be happier now. Look. I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner too. We need to examine Wagahai. Hang on, we need to hello, good sir. We need to examine you. Look at you. Oh, buddy. Oh my god, we thank you for cheering. Oh my god, just because little Wagahai lolling. That was a cheeky little meow, Wagahai. Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever. I think he may not appreciate that after a while. And we have an investigation to get back to. The cups? They gotta be a chef. Waga was making biscuits earlier. He did exactly. Look at him. He's working so hard. Ah, the ill-fated cups from teacups in which the two men drank on the ill-fated night. During their heated literary debate, yes. Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? It sounds like it's quite a discussion. If Wagahai is indeed a boy, he would be extremely rare. Oh? Now I think of it, I'm sure that the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison. No? It was a stabbing, right? Male calico cats are super rare. Ooh, I see. Like, wait, if I remember correctly, it was the fake poison with Juliet, and then Romeo stabbed himself. Juliet woke up, saw Romeo dead, took the knife, and then stabbed herself. Right? Dots. That's fiction, Mrs. Sato. Let's hope it stays that way. Can we take a look at the bricks again? The sun never shines in this room, thanks to that depressing bricked up window. Yet, with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you? That sounds like a very wise life lesson, Mrs. Sato. Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh. That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change. Exactly! London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful too, then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susato-san and I are going to make it to spring. That's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove. We just gotta chop some wood, right? Look at how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter there. Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in court this morning. It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it? Mr. Shamspeare must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose. It was an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. I would surely be the only person reason Naruhodo, Susato, and Shom survived. Yeah, she's the only one that can. She's the only one aside from Susato that can cook. Okay, I think we've done all that we can here. Before I go up to Garadab's room, I want to go outside the road just to see really quickly if there's anything here. There is! 22nd February, Briar Road. Let's go. Anything new? Nope, okay. Okay, let's go to Garadab and present him the photo. 22nd February, Mr. and Mrs. Garadab's room. Mr. Garadab appears to be out. Damn, okay. Oh well. I suppose we just have to come back again later. Can we take a look around? We probably shouldn't poke around in here whilst Mr. Garadab is out. But why not? Is there anything else we can find here? The soap? So it turns out that Mr. Shamspeare wasn't eating the soap at all. That's right. The mystery of why he had it on the plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved. Yes. He prized his latest ice coin out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two. It certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. Okay, let's go to the prison. Because Susato did say we haven't been here in a while, so at least we can talk to Soseki, get his opinions on things. Soseki. 22nd February, local prison, cell 9. Oh, Mr. Natsume is back. So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello. Huh? I'm a cat. Wagai, neko daru. Sorry? I don't know who Mr. Natsume is, or Herlock Sholmes. I don't know about courts, or trials, or Old Baileys. Ryunosuke can do a little snooping as a treat. He could, yeah. Wagahai, neko daru. That's what I am. Just a cat. Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality. We gotta knock him out. Let's go. Trying to? He already has. Completely. So, what is your name then? Dots. As yet, I have no name. Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality. Oh my god, Susato, okay. Do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume? Dots. It's gonna cry. Aw. I am not a cat. Wagahai. Neko janaya. It worked! He's back in the real world. What's going to become of me? No! Don't answer that! It's obvious! My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate. Mr. Natsume, no! This morning's proceeding in court proved that there's hope. The as of yet I have no name is the second line of the book. Nice! Yes, looking student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but... The Reaper is omnipresent, in court, in my lodgings, here, there, everywhere. Let's go. What's he looking straight at me for? I think perhaps there are some things we should discuss. Oh, yes. Yes, we must. Let us converse. This morning's trial. In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No! Of course, if I cast my mind back, there were perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more. But if I just block those out, then today, being in that courtroom was... It was the most moving experience of my whole life. Welcome to Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. You're too kind. Scotland Yard found the remaining tea. Yeah, they really spilled the tea. Found the remaining tea, so we just as we deduced, and are analyzing it as we speak. There's nothing wrong with the tea. You won't find a drop of poison in it. That's a Solomon Swan Soseki certainty. Interesting. Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night? Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot. We both poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies. And at the same time, you were both completely fine. Yeah, like it would have said in like, what, 30 minutes after? So it's kind of weird. As shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shamspeare were then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. I suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim, then. Mr. Shamspeare. That rotten Shamspeare. What have I ever done to him? You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently. I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I don't recall anything. Anything at all. Right. But what I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner. About what? Let you know what, Mr. Natsume? About the soap, of course. What else? Oh, so you could steal gas as well? Oh dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend? Of course I am! If I had money, I wouldn't have chosen to live an accursed existence in such accursed lodgings. Oh yes, you said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you? Exactly. Especially the room that I rent. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place, and it's trying to kill me. Capital offender? Might I ask, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, then the next time you visit me, you bring scores of super soft soaps. What do you mean by capital offender? Can I present you stuff? Can I present this to you? What's this? It's a newspaper cutting that we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Dot. Ah, so he knew, did he? Did he? Sorry? About this man, Selden, a convicted killer, and the evil spirit behind the curse that afflicts my lodgings. How do you say? What? Oh, I see, because like, it was 3 months ago that the guy died? He's already taken one young man's life, and now, he's trying to take the life of another. A miserable, mustache, much maligned Japanese man. Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you know about this evil spirit. Capital offender Selden. The truth is, I didn't know the details myself until very recently. That Selden man was arrested about a year ago now. And at the time, he was hiding out in lodgings. And Mr. Garadab says, okay, I see. What? He lived where you do now? That's right, yes. Exactly where I live now. In my very room. Oh my! Your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of a capital offense. But before his sentence could be carried out, he died in prison. That was three months ago now. And that's when it started. The curse. What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume? It's already caused one death. A few months after the criminal passed away in prison. A man died in the room. The man who rented it after Selden, in fact. The poor lodger. He was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was locked from the inside. He probably died from, like, asphyxiation, just like how you seem to keep, like, losing your breath at night. Locked from the inside. Exactly like the case we're dealing with now. So, that's the Count of curse, is it? Yes. Well, that was the start of it. Go on. Do you have any idea how the lodger before he passed away, Mr. Natsume? The official cause of death was asphyxia. Yeah, because of gas, right? When they discovered the body, the room was filled with gas. I knew it. Gas. I only found that out after I signed a lease. When Mr. Garadab came to tell me later, I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I'd probably have been too scared to take the room. Landlord's lease, luckily legal. Lucky for Mr. Garadab, maybe. But not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume. And I believe this curse is affecting you. It is. At first, I just felt as though I was being watched. All the time. And then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you? The dead are trying to take me with them. They come for me. Trying to suffocate me. I mean, to be fair, if you have like a lot of, like, not a lot of oxygen while you're awake, you will start hallucinating, right? Especially with gas. Just when I'm just struggling to breathe, I wake up, and then the room is as cold as ice. But why is your room so cold? London winters are too cold to bear without any heating overnight. But for some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the pilot light always goes out, and the room fills with gas. But that's terrible. Yeah, and it definitely has to be a case, like, because like Shamspeare is abusing the gas system. Right, because gas rises, and like with the pipes being like as terrible as they are, it definitely is like leaking into Natsume's room. That's exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And then there's what happened to Mr. Shamspeare last night, when he was mysteriously poisoned. There's clearly more to that incident than can be explained by a curse, though. Whatever can be the cause of all these strange happenings in Mr. Garadab's room. In Mr. Garadab's rooms. And I present you with something else. Do you know anything about this? Mr. Natsume, it's nothing much, but... Oh, it's a gift. Yeah, no. Wait, and if they both drank the tea at the same time, then why is there a tea ring here, though? Mr. Natsume, what do you know about this? Ah, there it is! That lathery lowlife that took my neighbor's life and sent me sliding into the depths of despair. It's not. Slippery, sickly, psychotic saboteur. Oh wait, no, I've read this before. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I think that's as much as I'm gonna get from you. I'm gonna move. So, okay, so this is an indication of where we need to go. So let's go to Garadab. He should be back by now. We've gotten information now. We know that the death was because of asphyxia, and that Selden lived in that room. Hello, good sir. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Garadab. Right bally business it is for me, you know? Getting out and about. Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance? Naturally. Fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss. The fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes. Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings, or some such. Ah, well, at least he knows. Makes you wonder what the blazes are going on, don't you know? Hello, Sholmes. Yes, I'm sure it does. In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago. You were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened. Stopped off at prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business. I see. So, what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh? Your lodgings, your lodgers, and I'm gonna present to you the two things. Your lodgings. Some fishy fellow from the Far East, and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellas of late. Thanks to that Bali curse. The convict's curse, you mean? Ah, heard the stories, have you? Have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here. Then the next chap in the room goes and kills over. Then, there was that woman who dropped dead just outside on the street. Not to mention the actor yesterday. Am I the next, eh? Hopefully not. Well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can you? When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green? She's not dead, though. Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamspeare, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still. Yes, well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems. Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why? It sounds like the lap of luxury. I'm not so sure about that. Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either. But you don't look out for your tenants. But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps up here. Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things, in case there are any mishaps or some such. I think you've had your mishap already, sir. That's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, heaven forgive me. The words just came out to my lips. Okay, your lodgers? Some fishy fellow from the Far East, and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? There's no need for that, Mr. Garadab. You're repeating yourself. That's right, Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy. He is undeniably peculiar, however. Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away? Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were. I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually. So, how long has Mr. Shamspeare been lodging under your roof? That failed actor chap. Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it. No. Only 3 months. He's quite new here too then. And to what do you owe your certainty to that regard, Mr. Garadab, if I might ask? Well, there was that Selden scoundrel as it happens. Selden? The convict, you mean? Do Selden and Shamspeare have some sort of connection then? Like, is it because he died 3 months ago and like Shamspeare arrived to rent the place 3 months ago as well? That convict chap, Selden, passed away in a clink 3 months ago now, you say? Some melody or other. Yes, we've seen a report from the newspaper at the time. Well, it was only 3 days later that a tragedian showed his face. The actor fellow. Really? Yes, I remember quite distinctly. Oh, damn. 'Tis small, this world we inhabit. Pray thee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamspeare, do desire to take a diary room on the middle floor, offered a while for rent. Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor's vacant though. Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee. Those curse must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. It's ground floor or nothing. Dots. Very well. We have an accord. Glad to hear it. Welcome to Briarwood. No, it's Shamspeare Dots to celebrate. Okay. From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And it was 3 months in arrears of the rent too. Yes, the fellow was a bully player, alright, so he hasn't paid in 3 months, so why do you still keep him here? Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garadab. We're most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. Oh? Sholmes, what? Give me my robe, put on my crown. I've immortal longings in me. Dot. What's happened to you? Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines. I wish to divulge my own learning of the subject, for I have a tin for literature, you know? Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines then. Okay, I need to present to you with... Hang on, let me present my badge. Oh, okay. Then the newspaper first. I love that Shamspeare and Shakespeare both exist in... Yeah, exactly. It's just, he's just real. So. Okay, Mr. Garadab, can I ask about this, please? Mr. Garadab, could I ask you to look at this photograph? Is that your son who's with you there? No. Not at all. There was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name. Duncan Ross, okay. Duncan Ross. A street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot. Just for kicks, really. Was he by any chance the lodger before Mr. Natsume? Dots. Yes, that's right. Ah, the young gentleman who died in a room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say. Yes. Young Duncan lived in a room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap. Would you mind telling us a little more about him? Yes, Duncan Ross. Young chap was attending art school. Had to work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle floor room about a year ago, after that criminal Selden was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them. A history of cheap rent, maybe. Yes. Yes, well, anyway. It was one morning about a month ago now. Hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodgers are up to at the time. So sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. Smell the gas that alerted me it was. Ah, yes. Synonymous with the smell of death. Called the police straight away, of course. An officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all bodily collapsed. Because of the gas. Yes, room is full of it. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed. Oh, wait! The stove was gone because nothing was being ignited. So instead of the gas being ignited and being used up, I see, okay. Wait, we learned that when someone uses the gas, right? The lights will flicker or dim depending on the strength, like how many people are using it. So what, like if Shamspeare was like changing up how much gas he was using, it could have possibly put out the flame in the stove, right? So Mr. Ross suffocated to death. Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it sent me back to have the lot replaced all over the house. But even after he had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night whilst he's still asleep in bed. Oh, that's the bally cuss! The convict's cuss. I've done my duty as a landlord now. Someone's feeling defensive. But now we know how he died. Ah, that reminds me actually. Yes? About young Duncan. The night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter. A letter of affection to a young lady. A love letter, you mean? Yes. Where did I put it now? Oh, is it part of the envelope? Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk. If you excuse me. Let me see now. What does it say? And my most beautiful and charming sweetheart. Do you think we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence? Well, we are now. The time he turns the lamp on and off to make person above suffocate because he wants room on the second floor. Wait. We know, okay. That gave me an idea, local. We know that Selden lived in the same room as Natsume, right? We know that he lived in the same room as Natsume, and he was captured, but his loot remained undiscovered. And this article was found in Shamspeare's apartment, and we know that he probably uses the gas lamp a lot, right? So it could mean that he believes that the hidden treasure is actually in the apartment room. And that's why he wanted the apartment, the room to begin with. And so he tried to do this to basically kill or like suffocate Duncan Ross, right? And after Duncan left, he thought, Shamspeare probably thought, oh, maybe I can move into the room now, or maybe I can like go up to the room now. But then basically immediately after Duncan died, Natsume got into the room. And so Shamspeare continues to do this so that he could possibly get the treasure that Selden has. I think I'm cooking, yeah. I think, yeah, maybe. My dear Mr. Sato, that is precisely why I preface my reading with, if you'll excuse me. I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes, no. Sadly, he didn't address it though. So I have no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really. I see. That's gonna play on my mind. But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case, but what if it does? I think we should, well, leave alone. Yes, I suppose you're right. Shum is unexcused, basically. Indeed. The intended recipient's address is missing. However, that was a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart. Is it Olive Green? Mr. Sholmes, please, I've already had to chastise you about this once. Olive Green. My undying love to you, my colorful darling, Olive Green. Olive Green? The woman was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside this house 5 days ago. The victim of the last case Soseki-san was in court for. Who regained consciousness only yesterday. Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence? Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean? Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Mrs. Sato. So we should go see Olive Green then, yes? If she's still in the hospital. Let's go! Miss Green! Her bag's still here, so she should still be here. 22nd February, St. Bartholomew's Hospital, recovery ward. Mr. Naruhodo, I just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last. This is good news, but hopefully, just before she leaves. Ah, what is it? Olive, hello. Miss Green! Oh? What's she hiding there? What was that? She clearly just hit something behind her back. Oh, one moment, please. I'll be with you in a jiffy. Can I... You saw that. You saw like the envelope, right? With the little piece of tear up portion. We saw the envelope. Oh, hello everyone. What are you all doing here? So she was in Shamspeare's room. The doctor said I could be discharged, so I'm getting my things together. Wait, and we can prove that it was in Shamspeare's room. Damn, we can't prove it in here though. It's not in the photograph, so... Oh, my eyes. Okay. Miss Green, what were you just doing? Oh, nothing, really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all. And we know that she's a short person who wears like a dress skirt thing. So if she was in the room, right? And if Metermen mistook her for Natsume, Olive Green might be the person who poisoned Shamspeare. Maybe as revenge, because she figured that Shamspeare was the one who killed her boyfriend. Right? Right? Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you if that's alright. I don't really have anything else to tell you. Alright, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. Hospital discharge. It's wonderful news that you're gonna be discharged, Miss Green. Oh, yes, I mean, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat. She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. I will present to you this. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? Oh. What is that suspicious pink liquid? Oh no, I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did. Could it possibly? Oh, Miss Green, are you alright? But is it truly, medicine? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that. No, it's alright. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you. Dot. It was at art school. That's why I met Duncan. A year ago now. You want to try it? The medicine? Maybe. Or we can get Chums to try it. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved. Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room, to save money for the wedding. And that's what led to Mr. Gerardab's... That's what led him to Mr. Gerardab's. Yes. He told me he found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened. We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green. She looks just desperately sad. I'm starting to think that's just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but... would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital room. What if... Wait, I just noticed. It's a key, right? What if this key fits into Shamspeare's door? Because I already suspect that she is the one who tried to kill him. She is short. She is in a dress. She has the little letter envelope there behind her. That is the other part of the envelope that was found in Shamspeare's room. We infer that Shamspeare wanted things that that Selden's treasure is actually in the room that he rented in, and that Duncan was basically killed by Shamspeare by manipulation of the gas lamp to turn. Right? So that, yeah. So she's definitely the one who attempted to murder him. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh. Surely you were not about to leave. That's quite out of the question. Well, Mr. Sholmes, I didn't realize you were here. Well, of course I was, my dear fellow. Watching intently from the shadows, as always. Well, make your presence known next time. Mr. Sholmes, what's this about? Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Sato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened? Hell yeah, how many crimes can be solved in one court case? A lot, apparently. Instead of preventing a case before it happens. That is what sets a great detective apart. What do you mean? Oh, wait, yo, the rat! You see the rat? Look at the back. The rat that was here, that drank this, it's dead. It's killed over. It's poison. It's poison. It's poison. It's poison, patrollers. It's poison. There's a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation. Alright? All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see. You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can. The rat! Okay, hang on. Let me look at the letter first. It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere. Yes, it may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here. Perhaps you should ask Miss Green about it. Maybe later, but the rat... That mouse seems to be dead. Look, I didn't notice it there before, did you? I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. But that's... the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived. Dots. Not the Charles cheese, yeah. You don't think... Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of the scene. That's a tragedy about to take place. Yes, I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before has spilled out on the floor, and the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. Ah! I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison. Dots. Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently. Thanks, Sato. Toss it out, please. Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life? Is she Juliet? Maybe, she might be. Ah! Once you'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison. No! Miss Green, please! Please talk to us! Dots. Oh god. 10 seconds later. And we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green. Dots. Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has lifted. Ah, is this how she truly is? Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Dots. Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, He always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while. So I snuck this out when he wasn't looking. It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. I'm afraid I don't really know. But I thought, if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. Oh, please, Miss Green. Don't talk of such things. Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison. Yes. That poor little mouse is proof of that. Oh no. Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done? I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection. No, none. The card. Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope or the card. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Oh? I'm stealing random medicine from the hospital, literally. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Where would that be? The Slug and Salad? Dots. Wait a minute. The 17th of this month. That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road. And 5 p.m. is precisely the time when the incident occurred. Dots. The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road. Being the street that Mr. Garrett's house is on. Does that mean that... Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day, when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad. Goodness. So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. Dots. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything. And we know that she probably kept the letter on herself, right? So she definitely dropped the top of that letter in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So she was the one there. She was the one that attempted to murder him with the poison. Yes. I'm very sorry to have to drag up such painful memories for you. No, it's fine. Miss Green. Please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the balls now anyway. No oversight, good job, guy. Yeah. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back, and had a close shave of a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. I might sound a little conceited, but, well, that's all this has made me feel. Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind. Wait a second. We made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Ooh, nighttime. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today. Yes, it's late. And, Mr. Naruhodo? Did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Definitely. I wonder why Rat was so eager to drink the poison. I mean, it looks like a fat rat, right? So it probably wanted to drink a lot of stuff. Like, it probably just eats whatever that's on the ground. Details about Mr. Shamspeare, Mr. Garadeb's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we've yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling anyway. I can't help wondering about the result of the analysis. Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean? Yes. Will they have found a strychnine in it or not? Strychnine in it or not? Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper. I don't think hospital rats live long by eating all spirit pills. Yeah, but it got fat somehow, right? So it means that it was eating some sort of food. Oh dear. Yes. Baroque von Zeeks. But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come. Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. Let's do it! Let's go! London, the world's most prosperous city. Home to some 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle. Down back alleys. And behind bricked-up walls. Windows. The lonely lurk. Soseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. Until I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot. To lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. To be continued. To be continued. Come on. Let's go! We did it! Okay. And I think this will be a good place to stop off. It's gonna be the trial next. And we're gonna have to figure out how to, one, clear Soseki's name. Two, accuse Olive Green of the crime. And three, give the motives for her crime. But that'll be a tomorrow thing, so thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you have the rest of the day going for you, please have a very wonderful rest of your day. If you need to rest and need to go to bed like I do, then so you ask me to you. Good night, good night, good night. As you can tell, it's like 3 a.m. my time, so yeah. But yeah, more Ace Attorney, great Ace Attorney Chronicles tomorrow. We will be doing the trial. Hopefully, it might be a two-parter. We shall see. But if it is, I will endeavor to complete the trial. Yes. Probably accuse Sham of gassing people out. Literally, yeah. Because he's trying to get the treasure that he thinks Selden left in the room. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me tonight. So let's go do a raid. And I see someone that we can raid. Let me pull up all my raid messages. And let's go raid. Let's go raid Hiyumi. It's been a hot minute. Yeah, for those that don't know Hiyumi is a healer VTuber. She's super cool. She's super chill. She's also a founding member, a founding streamer on Arium. So if you can check her out there as well. So She's currently just chatting. She's currently playing some Tetris right now. So let's go and give her a good old Snow Patrol greeting, shall we? It's been a hot minute since we've raided her. She has always been kind to us. So let's go and give back that same love and kindness, shall we? So once again, more Ace Attorney, some more Great Ace Attorney tomorrow. I will see y'all there. We'll be doing the trial and we'll be facing on with Lord Von Zeeks once again. So, in any case, let's Toya! And as always, this has been Toya, and I'll see ya.